Quantum Leap looks more and more like it's going to get cancelled, but there might be two things that can save it. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. As soon as back in September, Scott Bakula announced that he was 100% not going to be returning to the new Quantum Leap series, I became a little bit concerned that this show might not last the full season. Now, here in the UK, it's not actually airing yet. That's a point we're going to come back to in a minute. But I have been able to completely 100% legally and not using my VPN in an illegal way, been able to watch the first couple of episodes. And to be honest, it's all right.
Oh boy.
A lot of people have been shouting woke at it, and I won't lie, they really hit all the demographics with the casting. But that doesn't really bother me particularly. It's more about the story. And I do like how they've set up a lot of questions in the first couple of episodes, including, why did Ben jump in the quantum accelerator in the first place, you moron? There must be a reason for it, and I'm hoping that's going to build up towards the end. But stories in the last 24 hours have been coming out from lots of different sources, suggesting that Quantum Leap is almost doomed to be cancelled, which is a real shame after the news earlier in the week that it was actually getting 6 more episodes, rounding the series up to a lovely 18. And hey, somebody that's had to put up a lot of streaming series of like 10, maybe 12 episodes, a series of 18 episodes is pretty cool. I'm really loving that NBC have done that. So, NBC at the start of the week were confident enough in this series to request another 6 episodes. But was there a reason for that that maybe goes beyond just the numbers at home and whether this show might get cancelled or not? Well, as I say, there are two things that can save Quantum Leap. Now, if you are a regular SciTrek, you'll know there's a few people in the industry I speak to, and one of the people I speak to actually does this kind of thing for a living. It's what he does in the industry. He crunches numbers and he does lots of graphs, and he looks at social media a great deal and this sort of thing, and he builds up demographic details for executives to look at. So this person has had a quick look at these numbers and the stories that have been released over the last couple of days, and he's basically said it's not the full picture. The numbers at home aren't great, but every new series, particularly a series like this, does tend to start quite well, and then the numbers tend to drop. Almost every series ever made does the same. So he's not surprised really by the drop, but it has been quite significant. Don't forget that if you enjoy the content, you can hit the join button and become a fully fledged Sci-Trekker. That really helps out the channel. You can go to sci-trek.com. There's loads of like merchandisey things on there and a load of new designs coming very soon. Also, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you miss none of our new videos, as well as the SciTrek Sides channel. So I asked him, how at threat is the Quantum Leap? Do you think they're going to get a second series? And he's like, I'm 50-50. It really depends on how they do on the international market. So that is the first thing that can save Quantum Leap. This show hasn't really been sold around the world yet. It's not on Sky TV or anything else in Britain or France or Europe or wherever the rest of the world. Not just yet. But this is the main reason why NBC have increased the series run to 18, because they want to sell it internationally. And most TV services around the world, including Sky here in the UK, still need to make this show fit their calendars. And to do that, they need at least 18 episodes. So NBC have bit the bullet. They've agreed to do the 18 episodes so they can more easily sell it abroad. Now, if the show does sell abroad and does reasonably well, that increases the chances of a season 2 significantly. So that is the first thing that can save Quantum Leap, if the French watch it. The second thing that can save Quantum Leap is Scott Bakula. So even though in September he came out and said, I don't really want anything to do with this, he has seen the script. They desperately wanted him to return for a part in the series, but he passed on it. But does that mean it's the end of the story? Well, We know a lot of TV shows will try to trick us with this thing, and a lot of executives and marketing people, they'll try and trick us. But I don't think Scott Bakula is necessarily doing that. I genuinely don't think he wants to be involved in this project at the moment. But Sam Beckett could return in the Quantum Leap series, and I think it would make sense for him to, without Scott Bakula appearing, because at the end of the day, Sam has jumped into another person's body. From our perspective, it would be that person that we would see. I think that would be a very easy way for them to bring Sam's character back into the role without necessarily needing Scott Bakula, or at least at first. I don't think you can get away with that for very long. You could do that for a couple of episodes. You could bring him back once or twice. You could tease Scott Bakula coming back. But at some point, you need Scott. At some point, the Sam Beckett we know, either in a mirror or something, we have to see him. Now, there are lots of ways they could tease that. And again, Scott Bakula could be playing a game here with his Instagram post saying he's not returning. Or maybe he just is saying, I didn't want to return to the start. And Donald P. Belisario could talk him into maybe appearing at the end, because that is the second thing that could save Quantum Leap. If they have a big series end and a decent cliffhanger, something that teases Scott Bakula's return, then yes, I think that could be enough to give chief executives just enough courage to sign the paper on a contract for a second series. And let's be honest, a lot of sci-fi shows are kind of weak in the beginning, but improve. I'm hoping Quantum Leap can do the same. Lots of new TV series are not very good in the first few episodes, and they find their feet, they rejig the cast about halfway through, and they tend to improve a great deal. I really like Nathan Fillion's The Rookie series that's on at the moment. It's one of my favorite series, but if you actually look back at the first half of that series, it wasn't very good. They rejigged a few of the ideas, and they found their feet by around episode 10. That's quite common. I'm hoping they give Quantum Leap that chance to find its feet. The other thing that they could do, though, and I'm really hoping they do, is bring back the evil Leaper. Now, I thought that was a really nice little plot. They didn't use it enough in the original series, obviously because I came in at the end. But that makes for a really interesting twist. I kind of hope they use that. The main thing I'm really interested to see is actually, why has Ben jumped into the quantum accelerator in the first place? Because he might be trying to save Sam, but we don't know that. There might be some other completely different reason why. One of the very early rumors was that actually this whole series was going to be about saving Sam, and somebody came up with some very clever ideas about how somebody could maybe take his place. But we know from the end of the original Quantum Leap series that Sam never returns home. But there must be some other reason why Ben has gone into the accelerator, and I'm really looking forward to finding out what that is. So basically, guys, there it is in a nutshell. Quantum Leap is 100% at risk of being cancelled. It has its critics, and I can completely understand why. But I think this show deserves at least the first season to see how it gets on, and I don't think we should judge it until maybe episode 10 or 12. Let's let it find its feet. And then, if maybe they can pull something out of the bag and get Scott Bakula to return, at least even for a bit, then I think the show could still be saved. But what do I personally think? I don't think we'll be seeing Quantum Leap Series 2. But guys, get in the comments and tell me exactly what you think. What do you think of the show? If you've got it in America and you've seen the first 4 episodes, are you enjoying it? Is it any good? Do you think it deserves a second series? Or is this going to go down again in one of those series that the executives just don't have the balls to give it a chance? Or actually, is it a woke mess and deserves to get cancelled? I'd love to hear exactly what you think. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out. And as always, if you want to become a fully fledged sci trekker and really support the channel because you love the content, hit the join button. As always, please stay safe. I'll see you next time.